Hello, a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope your Wednesday is going well. I'm really struggling with the days this week. It's definitely Wednesday, National Pajama Day. We've got changed though, as much as the temptation was there to carry on doing the rest of the shows today in our pajamas. But we have got some fabulous shows coming up. Launch day right now with the very popular Celebrate Good Times showstopper. Nearly 30% of the whole showstopper has disappeared just in the preview that we did this morning. We will take you all around that in just a few moments' time. Also coming out today, Beautiful Beginnings tonight, live at 5, where we're going to be looking at the Tiny Treasures collection. We've got embossing folders on there. It's an hour-long show with me and Debbie, and then following that, straight after for half an hour, you've got the Crafty Catch-Up this week with Debbie. So lots of crafty fun still to come. We'll say a few of those in just a few seconds. As I've said, the showstopper option has proved very popular. I know the paper pad that we've got with this bundle has also been selling in huge quantities. And just as a by the by, if you are shopping in the US, this is the only way you are going to be able to get this collection. It will not be appearing anywhere else. So if you are a US shopper who perhaps sometimes waits, you will only be able to get this from us. So if you love it, if you like it, if you want it, grab it today, and we'll take you through all of the kind of different combinations in just a little while as far as showstoppers and essentials collections and individuals are concerned. And I'll say hello to a few of you in just a few moments' time, but let's say the most important hello to the lady at the other side of the studio who is also out of her pyjamas. It is the lovely Debbie Fisher. I was so comfy earlier on.
I know. It's funny, isn't it? Because I was really comfy in my pajamas, so I could just wear these all day. But now I've got dressed, I feel so much better. I feel like my day's starting now. It was fun though,
it
wasn't
was a really fun show.
Yeah, we had a great show and a super busy show. So I think launch is going to be even more busier. So I can't wait to show you what I've got in store for it, because it's a brilliant collection, Ben.
Yeah, it's a fabulous collection. Showstopper details we'll get up for you. The showstopper is the way to go to get everything, and actually, value for money wise, it's the best. There is no bonus by this time for those of you that I know will ask. Basically, the bonus is within this collection. The paper pads are normally $5.99 each. So what we've done is we've given you everything. We've given you 2 paper pads, and it's only a $5 extra basically. So you're getting the 2 paper pads for $5 instead of 12 quid basically. So that's your extra, £56, $58.40. And I can't wait for the comments to come in again here, because I can guarantee there will be loads of comments like there were earlier of people saying, I wasn't going to get this collection, but I didn't think I needed this collection. But, because that's what happened earlier, Debbie, wasn't it?
It's exactly what happened. We had so many people say exactly the same thing. And I'm going to be honest, I thought the same thing too. So
yeah.
To be totally transparent, you know that I'm an open book. Whenever I get a collection, my first thing is, would I buy it? As a crafter, would I buy it? And then I have a play with it. And sometimes I think, actually, I'm not sure if I would go for this one. And then I have a play with it and think, actually, this is a brilliant one to have in your stash, and it truly is. Because it's celebratory, it means that every part of the year that something's going on, you've got something to send to somebody. And I'll show you what I mean. So once you see it in its form, you'll absolutely love it as much as I did. And when you see my makes, you'll know how much I've loved playing with it, because I think it's a great collection to have. First of all, we've got bunting. Now, bunting is brilliant because this is an all year rounder. This is for anything. This is if you're having a tea party and you want to do some invites. This is if you're celebrating a jubilee, you know, this is celebrating the football, you know, it's anything. So I absolutely love that you've got the 3 different sizes and 4 different shapes of that one. So that's your bunting, and when it's down on a card, look how that can look. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that. So all those different ones, and yes, don't worry, that alphabet's in there as well if you didn't see the earlier show. We've also got a really cute little plane, which I love, and again, this could be used for a first, second, third baby's card. You know, you can do your sort of, didn't they used to do, what was the little, it was Budgie the helicopter?
Oh, Jimbo and the Jet Set was the plane.
Oh no, but what was it Budgie the helicopter?
Budgie the helicopter, that was,
Ah, well done, Jamie. So Jamie has gone closer, so you can see that swirl now. That's a natural dye.
It was Sarah Ferguson, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was. Sarah
that?
Ferguson wrote that. So yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So a little, but this one's a plane, not a helicopter. But
Yeah.
that was reminding me of that.
Google Jimbo as well, Nicola. Jimbo was brilliant.
And look at that. Look how beautiful that is to use those little planes. It looks so amazing. Sorry, you're leaving. Adventure begins. So much you can do with that. Then we come on to the cup, the Grand Winners Cup, which I absolutely love. And you could be making cards like this with that bunting, with that cup. Let's celebrate. Those stamp sets are in there. All those papers as well. That's in the paper pad, which is amazing. Then you've got your graduation cup. You can't have a cap, should I say. You can't have a celebratory set without a graduation cap because it's quite iconic, isn't it? So, and actually, I was seeing on the social media that people have started to decorate their caps.
Oh, have they?
Yes, afterwards. So they're putting the dates on them and they're putting embellishments.
I see, afterwards.
And, yeah, they're using the tops of their caps. So, and I have to be honest, I thought people just hired them and gave them back.
Oh.
So I suppose people that buy
them now.
then maybe they're decorating the cap and keeping them as a keepsake. So yeah, there you go. But anyway, we're decorating a paper one, so which looks absolutely fabulous. Then we've got the house. So whether you're moving home, whether you just want to put some houses on your card, such a lovely house one to do, because what I love about that is all the different components that go with it to build it up. So you can make that house your home. You can make it however your own, not your home.
Make your house your home.
I meant to say make your house your own with whatever it might be, your different coloured door, you know, you might have a different coloured roof, you might put some wool in the roof so it looks like a thatch roof. So there's lots of different things that you can do with that one. Then you've got the medal. Love the medal. I think that is truly gorgeous. Doesn't look gorgeous there, but look, when I show you, and we're going to be using this in the first demo, how amazing is that? The ribbon is just the die at the top that makes that ribbon, and it looks so real. I absolutely love that. And then you've got the star on the inside as well. Then you come onto your alphabets. I love the fact, and this is what I think everybody is singing and dancing about, is the fact that you've got another set of alphabet that's a really good size. We've worked out they're about 3/4 of an inch wide and long, and they're absolutely incredible. They have a faux stitch on them. You can't really see them too well on the boards, but it is gorgeous. When they're embossed, they've got this faux stitching around the edge. Can we pick any up? We was really going in there, Jamie, but I don't think you can see it because we've not embossed it. Ah, this you can though, Jamie. Come in closer to that one, because it's mirror cardstock. You can really see that embossing in there. Look at that. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So you've got those letters. That's using the plain, using the bunting, using those letters. So absolutely amazing. Then we've got numbers. So not just letters. So you've got your numbers that match them as well. Card we made earlier in Wake Up Call.
Yes.
So got the numbers on there. And then we've got the most amazing set of stamps. Now this for me, I think everybody needs in their stash. It's a little bit, Ben, like the sympathy stamps.
Yeah.
It's the stamps that you want to keep in your stash. You want to keep them on file so you can just pop one of these on your card wherever you want. Or like we did in Wake Up Call, do multiples in one go on there. So I made this for Al's daughter for her graduation, which we're going to in July. And I've just got all of those different sentiments on there. Woohoo, you did it. Congratulations. Adventure begins. You're awesome. Let's celebrate. But you've got lots more on there as well, whether it's reach for the sky, follow your dreams, bon voyage. You've passed, so obviously with your driving test. And actually with your driving test, you've then got your L plates you can make because you've got the letters as well. So really is a comprehensive set that you are all loving, and I'm so pleased. So if you haven't got it, make sure you grab it and then you can just sit back and watch the demos. Yeah, 2 paper pads you get as well, of course. And as I say, if you're in the US, only place to get it from is with us. Jan is on the socials today, and Trudy joins us saying good morning. Hello, Paul Peterson. Hello, Terry H in Iowa. And Charlotte Clark says hello to Ben, Debbie, team, warehouse crew, and all of our wonderful community. Hope you have a wonderful day. Zoe Carver is in. Rebecca Dancer is in. Hadassah joins us. Still in her PJs. We should have stayed in our PJs, shouldn't we? We should have. Stephen Nicole says, good afternoon, Ben and Debbie. Karen says, looking forward to seeing more demos. And Lynn says, hello again, Ben, Debbie and team. It's nice to see you've got dressed, but it was a fun start to the shows. LC says, good morning, Ben, Debbie, team, Jan, community and all. There's nothing going on to my right-hand side, nothing to see here at all. Charlotte says, I missed the first show.
But I went online and purchased the Celebrate the Good Times showstopper and extra letters and numbers, which come in handy for long names and numbers. It certainly does. Long names and names that aren't as readily available in shops, like, this always pops into my head, I don't know why, Engelbert. Uncle Engelbert. You wouldn't find a card for Uncle Engelbert. I haven't got an Uncle Engelbert, but if you did know someone called Uncle Engelbert, you couldn't find a card, but now you can make a card for Engelbert. Let us know if you're an Engelbert and you're watching. The only Engelbert I know is Engelbert Humperdinck. Please release me, let me go. This morning's wake-up call still has me smiling, says Cindy Condy. And Julie Palmer says, good afternoon. Jenny Finlow says, this has come out of the perfect time for me. My son's graduation in June, and I've been looking for ideas for cards. Well done, CC team. And Louise Burton, who won our prize this morning, says, thank you to everyone who helped me check out my first order. Did I say I'm so excited? Did you join the club, Louise? That's my question to you. If you didn't, you need to. And did you email us as well? Make sure you did to claim your prize below. Welcome along to the family as well. Sister P4 says, celebrate good times collection is an essential. Always celebrate the good times in life. Stacey's in Southern California. Vicky is in Virginia. And Carol Gower Beard says, good morning, everyone. Right, let's get to it then. Loads of demos to come. Any questions you've got, fire them in. And as I say, we'll keep you up to date as far as stock levels are concerned, because over 30% of the showstopper has gone. Where are we going to start?
Okay, we're going to start with the amazing medal. So I love the medal. I just think it's a really good size as well. And it's just a celebration of whatever you want it to be, which is brilliant. And I love that you're getting these two dies that make the ribbon. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So that's going to make that one. We're also going to do some stamping to start with, because I want to make quite a big card. I quite like big cards at the moment, Ben. I go through stages where I like smaller cards, and I think actually I like really big, powerful cards that sort of, yeah, you've got a lot of space to play with. So
Actually, cannot lie.
I cannot lie, yes. Now what I have done is, because when I was making some prep, I had some offcuts and I had them all the same size because I was using the other half of these ones. And then I thought, oh, what can I do with these? So I thought, actually, let's use these on my card. So that's why I was governed by the size just straight away. So I've made this so I can pop my cardstock here, like so. So I'm just roughly getting a gauge of where I want them on there, which I think probably about there. And then what I want to do is put a sentiment under each one. So I'm just going to use these we're going to put congratulations at the bottom. And this is the good thing with having your stamping platform. It means that you can have it exactly where you want it to be. Then we're going to use you're awesome.
You're
awesome. You're awesome. Going to pop that one on that one. And then I've just got my woohoo.
Woo-hoo. I like the fact that we've got a woohoo in there.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Don't see it often enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So once we've done that, I can take those ones away, and then we're going to just place our platform top on. Pick those ones up. And then I'm just going to check that they're lined up. So that's the good thing. Even though I've placed them, I can then check on my grid that I've lined them up, which look perfect. And then we're going to use our just a black ink that we're going to stamp with. So let's just take the top off that one and stamp those down. And that's what I love about this, having a sentiment step that you can put multiple sentiments on in one go. I think it just makes it even more special. You'd never be able to go into a card shop and buy a card with all these individual sentiments on.
That's very true, actually.
So I love the fact that we can do them. Look at that, stamped beautifully. So we're just going to do that once, pop that to the side, and that's our stamping done.
Woohoo, congratulations, you're awesome, Uncle Engelbert. Is what you should do. What is the size?
Engelbert.
Engelbert. What is the size of the card, Stacey's just asking?
The size of my card I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'll give you that size, and then let me just bring in these pieces. So I've done a bigger card. So this is... My card is going to be 9 inches by 6.5 inches, so it's a whopper. And then on the inside, I've done another one. Not that this is for anybody, but once we've done the card, I'll show you why. The reason I like to do the inside, because a few weeks ago, we had a question with someone asking they always struggle with what they put on the inside. And me and Craig were in, not you wasn't on that day. And we were saying that whenever we could, we'd try and do an insert for the inside, so it shows people that what you can do. Yeah, Jamie says he remembers that. So I've just started to try and put others, put inserts in, especially when you've got sentiments that you can put inside, which is fabulous. So, and the other reason I do it, Ben, is when I've got a heavyweight card. So when you've got something or embellishments that you're putting on the front of your card, you want to almost weigh it down on the opposite side. Because with cardstock, it can either warp the back of the card or it's top heavy and will topple over. So what will happen, that will then give me some weight on the inside, and then I've got the front piece that doesn't matter if it's a little bit too heavy. So I've got just some navy linen cardstock, so we're going to mat and layer that.
What was the ink pad you used again as well? Carol G's just asking.
Oh, so it's something Craig talked about the other day, actually, funny enough, and I thought it was only me that uses it. But it's actually the Nor Black, and it's the waterproof. Now, I don't know what it is about this ink pad, Ben, but it is brilliant at stamping. It's just really, really crisp every single time. So when you are stamping anything, the only thing I would say is don't use this if you're using alcohol markers to colour with. But it's better to just stamp with than what your alcohol marker stamp is. So yeah, that's the one I was using. I think you'll find them on the website. I'm not sure if we've got them in stock yet.
We are having a look right now.
But we should have quite a few things that are coming into stock. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm out of my ink. I thought I filled them up. Now, how strange is that? Ah, that's because I put the 2 new ones at the side.
Lol.
I knew I was getting short, and I thought I'd already replaced it, so which is fine.
So the Noir Black Finesse Waterproof is there. It is in the teardrop shape.
Oh, it's the new one.
So don't be confused.
We did have one in here that was in the new teardrop shape, but it's disappeared. So someone obviously fancied it and nabbed it.
Who would that have been?
I have no
idea. Who can we blame for that crime?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I wish it was. I'd like one.
Maybe it was you. Maybe you're double bluffing us.
It really wasn't.
It wasn't me.
I'm very good.
Was.
If I do, and there, you know, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I do take things and then get home and think this isn't mine, and then I do bring it back. Right.
I'm like that with the forks in the cafe. Yeah. Why have I got so many forks in my drawer? Christina, why have I got no forks in the cafe? Oh no! I keep taking them home.
That's so funny. I never knew that.
Terrible.
I think I've told you before that Debbie Robinson used to do it down at the flat in Peterborough. I used to go down there and there'd be loads of forks from up in her office. And then I'd be the one that takes them back, and I'd have to tell Christina, it wasn't me, honestly. I've just remembered to bring them back. But
so funny. Easily done, though. Great collection, says Little Sandbox, for personalising. And Bev says, I knew I needed this as soon as I saw Stephen leaves primary school this year. Fabulous collection for school leavers as well. We were chatting about that earlier, how a lot of the schools now, and primary schools and nurseries, do their own little like graduation ceremonies, which is super cute.
Oh,
so this would be perfect for that as well. I love the cards, you know, for sports day as well. If your kid or, you know, grandson, granddaughter has a little win at sports day, you could make them a little card, couldn't you?
oh, I love that. Yeah, they would love it. I know my granddaughters would love that. You know what? That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to do that. Never even thought about that. Sports day. Ruby and Ava would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So I'm just making sure I've got a rough amount of the same each side. There we go.
Good luck for sports day, or make them a little card or a little medal for afterwards.
Yes, I could always put, you'll always be #1 in my eyes.
There you go.
Definitely. So just layer in these. So once we've done this, then we can get on to the fun bit of doing our medals. So just, and what I love about this medal as well is you can do it out of your lovely papers and put your star in the middle, but then you've got your circles as well where you can actually put your sentiment. You can put your sentiments down as well. And I love this because even though our papers are all different print and different colours, they just work really well together. I think I don't know if it's Faye that does these, but we're very good at doing paper pads that even though the colours are different, they just work well together. Just work.
Tell you what as well, if you're chatting along in the comments, we mentioned earlier about you know, celebrations and medals and trophies, and we heard that Debbie is a champion disco dancer. Let us know in the comments if you ever want like a medal or a trophy for anything. I haven't got any prizes to give away here, but it'd be interesting to know if you've got any medals or trophies for anything. I mean, I've got medals for like doing half marathons and stuff, but like everyone gets one. You know what I mean? It's not like I won. You complete a half marathon or a marathon, everyone gets a medal. I've got cricketing trophies, like Batsman of the Year. Yeah, little cricket men. Yeah, little cricket men. I got one holding a bat when I won Batsman of the Year one year, and I won. What did I win another year? Like. Club Man of the Year, and that had a little wicket keeper on because I'm a wicket keeper. Yeah, I've got a whole trophy cabinet at home, but I don't like to talk about it.
I think that's the thing with sports, isn't it? My son always had loads of trophies.
Yeah.
Like literally loads for everything. He was really sporty. So whether it was he played basketball, cricket, football, rugby.
And I've got my most proud trophy, and I told you about this ages ago probably. It was 2 years ago, I think now, when I went, my dad went on he won a bowls holiday to the Potters Resort, which is quite a famous place for bowling where they have the World Championships. And he won, and it was a competition to go down there, and they basically put you into teams, but he needed to go with someone. He didn't have anyone to go with, so he told me last minute, and I took time off from work.
That wasn't long ago, was it?
I think it was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, I can remember that.
And we went down there, and obviously my dad's a really good bowler, but we got paired up with this lovely old couple who were, they weren't brilliant at bowling, and there was me who'd never bowled before, and we were going up against all of these like county players, you know, people who played like in much bigger tournaments, and there with all the gear, you know, the proper clothes and stuff. I literally turned up in my tracksuit, and we won the whole tournament. Me, my dad, and this couple. And the best thing ever, it was so funny. We were in the final, and this county player guy had come up to me, and he'd gone. Oh, you're bowling well today. So he said, how long have you been bowling for? And I said, since 10:30 yesterday. And you should have seen his face. And we won the whole tournament. So I've got a trophy for that, and I think that's my proudest trophy.
That is very funny.
Oh dear.
So was you on Eggheads?
Say again.
Was you on Eggheads?
I was on Eggheads, yes.
I didn't know that.
With my dad again, with his bowls club.
Wow.
Because they were one player short, and we won Eggheads.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that was 2016, I think it was.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Star of many quiz shows.
Yes. One of my many things.
But Debbie's obviously been on a lot of quiz shows, we know as well.
I've been on loads of quiz shows.
I've been on a few.
I've been to watch quite a few.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so I was on like this email system where they just email you when there was a show coming up and if you wanted to be in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen like I've seen Ant and Bebbie film, like Saturday Night Live.
Isn't that a bit tedious though? Like, do you not have to sit around for ages whilst they film stuff?
No, it's quite quick.
Oh, is it?
They're quite profesh. So yeah, no, you don't sit around for ages at all. Right, what do I want to do? I've got this one, I need a star and the white one, which I want to show you as well. So let's do those three. So I've just been on ones. I've watched, Bradley Walsh was one of my favourites. We went and watched The Chase.
Oh,
and that was very good. Yeah, I love The Chase. So yeah, that was very good. A friend of ours, one of my best friends, her husband, was on the, what's it called? The Cube.
The Cube.
Won £100,000.
Wow, wee.
He was the first person to win £100,000. He was the first person to film The Cube. So, yeah.
That's a good show, actually.
Love The Cube.
I think Mo Farah was the only person who ever beat The Cube, wasn't he?
He was. He beat The Cube.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Right, now I've done one here because I want to show you how you can then layer your sentiments on. So, so many of these will go on here. So, and I love the You Pass one. So all I've done is stamp. Now you've seen me doing some stamping on there, so I'm not going to stamp more. I've already stamped one on there, which I'll bring in a second. But we're going to layer this one up just to show you how you do these bits here. So let's just pop this all together. So we're going to put our star on first.
Just whilst you do that, a good question from Louise, who's one of our newer viewers, as we know. She said, should you always stick the die down with tape before you put it through the machine?
Oh, should you always? Yeah, so I'm a little bit lazy. I try to do it as much as possible. So I put tape on with the orange one because I had 3 pieces, 3 dies cutting that out. So I put a bit of tape on with those. I didn't bother with the other ones because I know I'm quite careful putting the plates into the machine. That's not to say that they don't slip, because I have had dies that slip. But if I was at home, I would tape them down, Ben, because I've got time. And also, if I've got time to cut another one if it slips.
Right.
So, so I'm doing it there. But because I've got ones already done at the side of me, it doesn't matter if it slips. So I normally just try and be very careful.
Okay.
But yes, it's a good tip. You should actually stick them down. That way you don't slip, you don't waste your cardstock, and you get them done first time.
I think, Louise, as well, if you're just starting off, it's a good habit to get into, isn't it?
A really good habit to get into, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it is good to just do. I'm just a little bit lazy and just think, oh, I'll risk it for a biscuit. So we're going to put this one on as well. So we're just using our cardstock, and I'm going to make, well, I'm not going to make because I've already done them, but I'm doing three medals. Because we're sort of congratulating someone 3 times on our card, aren't we? We've got you're awesome.
Gold, silver and bronze.
Woohoo. Yes, sort of, well, it could be that. I didn't do that, but I could have done that, actually. I didn't do that. I did them all sort of silver and orange. I did them the colours of what I was governed by the papers.
Yeah.
So that's what I done. But we could have absolutely done that. Right, so you've got these 2 here. You've got one that's going to go this way, like so. And then this one will go the opposite way. Hang on, got that the wrong way. Let's do it that way and that way. There we go. So what will happen, you need it to go at the bottom. Can you see that will match to the bottom there, like so? That makes the V shape. So that's what you want to get to, is where you're creating that V shape, and then you're just going to stick both of these together like so, which will go right in the middle. So all I'm going to do to start with is, because I know that one will be covered, we're going to put our dots on there. I'm going to have it so you can see the actual design coming through, and then this one here will just go over the top, and actually I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the silver piece. So then when we pop that like so, what you will have is your V shape on the top, and then I'm going to turn that over and just burnish that down.
And I mean, if you have got lots of ribbon lying around as well.
Oh yeah, you could absolutely use a ribbon. Yes, yeah, definitely. So there we go, look at that for your medal. So that's already done. So that one is going to go onto our orange one, like so. And then I've done U pass for our navy one. And we've just put our U pass on top. And all I've done with this one is I've put already some foam pads on the back of that one, because I just want one that's a little bit more raised, just to give it a bit of dimension, but because it's the one that's saying you've passed. So this could be for absolutely anything, whether it's your school exams, whether it's your job interview, whether it's a driving test. So we're going to pop that one right in the centre there. And then we're going to stick this one down. So let's grab this one.
And whilst you're sticking, well done to Sister P4, who won a trophy for billiards.
Nice. Billiards light ball, but it's a striped ball and a solid ball.
It's less balls, isn't it, billiards?
Yeah, but it's different balls, isn't it? It's striped balls and solid balls.
No, that's still pool.
Oh, that's pool, sorry.
Yeah.
Billiards is, yes, so
billiards,
sorry,
you play on a
snooker.
snooker table.
Yes, yeah.
It's with, I don't really understand billiards, it's less balls than snooker. Sister P4 will be able to tell us because she won a trophy. I've got a bowling trophy, says Debbie Sipple. And Stephen Nicole got a medal for playing for England under-16 rugby.
Wow, Stephen. You are a dark horse, Stephen.
What position did you play, Stephen?
Yeah.
Being a fellow ex-rugby player. I didn't represent England. I represented Devon under-18s, but not England. Do you still have the medal, Stephen? If so, Telfie. Rebecca says, I was the South East female pool champion in 1998. These are incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Margaret says, I won a blue ribbon at our county fair for a crochet tablecloth. Oh, 6 foot round.
Oh, I love that. That's huge.
It is big.
That's 6 foot.
That's wow. That's me in a circle.
That's you doing a snow angel. Like.
Yeah. Snow cartwheels, I mean, aren't they? And Cindy says, I won a fishing trophy when I was a girl. Biggest fish caught in the competition.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Some great, and again,
That's so
great
good.
reasons to get this kit to celebrate those wins in life. Look at this.
Absolutely. And there we go. So quite a big card, but how fabulous do all those medals look? And then you've got all those different sentiments just to say congratulations, you're awesome, and woohoo, you passed.
Good afternoon, Shazza Maynard. She says, good afternoon, bit late joining, but I am here now. Ash Camber says, whenever I come on the live, I always manage to buy something. I think my hands need to be tied. Lol. You're fine. No. Kirsty Lee says, when I was a little, me and my mum won the mother and daughter competition at Butlins.
Oh,
she still
that's
has the certificate and newspaper article. What did they make you do? Those are the kind of competitions I used to run at Butlins back in the day. We used to do the knobbly knees competition.
Yeah, my mum won Miss Lovely Legs.
Miss Lovely Legs, yeah.
And they used to go behind the screen and just the legs. And that they pick the men out of the audience would go and feel all the ladies' legs. I mean, you wouldn't do that now, would you?
Different times back then, though, wasn't it?
It's different times, yeah. But she won Miss Lovely Legs, yeah.
Does my cycling proficiency badge count, says Jane. Yay!
Yes.
It counts. And Zoe says, I had a naughty terrier and tried dog agility. We won the Perseverance Cup. I love that. I also won the trophy for the best over 14.2 hands coloured cob at the local horse show. Unfortunately, had to give the trophies back. Aww. That was like me, because a lot of the years at my old cricket club, I won Clubman of the Year, but then every year you used to have to give the big trophies
of course,
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, your name's on the trophy forever.
Yeah.
But you'd get a little tiny trophy to keep, and then you'd the big one would always have to go back. When I was in high school, says Shadai, I won a medal for the best pastry crust. I think that might be one of my favourites so far.
That's amazing.
Good morning, Em, who says, good morning from California. I got my order in for the showstopper. This collection is an absolute must. I'll go through the boards again for you for in just a mail, but should we give you a little bit of a break and give you time to get this checked out? Showstopper is proving very popular. We'll keep you up to date with figures on that in just a few moments' time, but let's get to the checkout. And whilst you're heading that way, here's a gentleman who you'll be delighted to know is coming back to see us tomorrow. Look out.
Hi everyone, it's Keith here from Paper Dynamics. Hope you can join me tomorrow at Crafters TV along with that Ben Moseby guy. We're going to have a lot of fun. We've got some amazing products. So why not join me, Keith from Paper Dynamics, tomorrow on Crafters TV.
Everybody, this is Lynn Bledsoe. You asked me why I love Crafter's Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafter's Companion makes me look better. It makes me look like a better crafter than I am, because I'm not good at design. So I have the layout collection that helps me with design. I don't like to do the same thing over and over, so I have a template library that gives me lots of new ideas and card bases and things to try. I never know what to put on the inside of the card, so I have the compendiums that have all the sayings for cards, and I never know what color combinations to put together and what goes with what, and so all their collections make it easy for me to know what to do. So that is why I love Crafter's Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before. Thanks, bye.
Right guys, now we've been getting a lot of love from everybody since the start of the new year, but I just feel like there is even more we could give our viewers.
But we already give them entertaining shows, amazing offers, brilliant demos and in-depth craft along. What more can we do?
Yes, but I still think we could give them more.
Basara, we're already live 3 shows a day, 5 days a week. I mean, what else are you thinking?
You're right. It looks like we might have to make it Saturdays.
That's right, join me over the next few Saturdays as we sit down, chat, craft and create live from the studio, giving you even more opportunities to watch and join in.
Want to catch some amazing deals at the weekend? Make it Saturday.
Want your chance to win some amazing prizes? Make it Saturday.
To virtually join us live and show us your makes? Make it Saturday.
Want to have a chance for us to solve your craft problems in our crafty clinic? Make it Saturday. Want to vote for your favourite demo of the week? Make it Saturday.
So don't miss out on our brand new show, Make It Saturday, where the weekend comes to life.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Exciting. Keith's back tomorrow, isn't it? Look out. He's on Wake Up Call. Then it's me and Keith together for Craft House. Then, if he's still got stock left, which is questionable, if it's as busy as it was last time, he'll be back later on in the day too. So plenty of Keith tomorrow. Look out. Just look out. How many googly eyes will appear in the studio, Nicola? That is the question. At least we can be noisy tomorrow as well, because last time he was here, some bright spark decided to have a conference in the studio too with Sarah. It's like a serious conference while you got him in here, like bashing things down and chucking stuff up in the air. And he's not exactly quiet, is he? So there is no conference on tomorrow, Nicola. There isn't. There better not be. I won first place in a cake contest, says Trudy Bickham. Nice. What did you bake to win first place? Jen says, several years ago, I wanted an award at our local school for the best substitute. It was very dear to my heart because it was the students voting. Aww. Trudy says, Trudy's won loads of stuff. I won first place in a ping pong tournament and I got a trophy for that. Were you playing ping pong whilst you were baking the cake? That's what I want to know. Shazza says, I won a whisk drive when I was 11. It was a church social. My brother was 7 and won the male group. I won the female group. My nan was well chuffed because she taught us how to play. I don't really know whist. I know it's a card game, isn't it?
Card game.
Oh my gosh, says Shadiah. That crazy Keith again. I love his paper and cardstock. Yes, craziness and great paper and cardstock guaranteed tomorrow. Our little sandbox says, looking forward to Keith tomorrow. And Stephen says, here we go, rugby. I was a tight head prop. Wow. Unfortunately, the medal has gone missing with all the moving I've done. Today's game is a lot stricter now to save any injuries. Yes, because Dad, I knew every trick in the book. Now you can't get away with it because of too many injuries. I bet you knew all of the dark arts, didn't you, Stephen, in the front row of the scrum there. I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Right, let's quickly go through everything that you're going to get. We are 40% of the showstopper gone now. So if you do want to jump in and grab this, £56, $58.40 is the platinum price on this. The showstopper deal is basically we're going to give you 2 of the paper pads. All right, so you're going to pay £5 for 2 paper pads, which realistically should be costing you $12.99. And you can see they are brilliant. You've got some celebratory papers in here. You've got florals, you've got patterns, all brilliant designs that will team up nicely with this set, but all brilliant designs that you can use outside of this collection as well. Single-sided, and as I say, lots of different patterns, lots of different florals, beautiful, bright examples in there as well. You will get 2 of those just for an extra $5. Now, all the goodies that you are going to get. So, the die set here to be able to build your own house. I mean, you're going to have so much fun with this once again. And it's one of these sets that if you have got scraps of paper and card in your gubbins box left over, this is going to do wonders for you because the dies are nicely sized to be able to use with those, and you'll find that the majority of the dies are going to go through your mini as well. So you can create that beautiful house like our Nicole has done there. You'll notice personalisation on a lot of these, and you'll be able to do all of that too because you get all of the alphabet and your numbers in die form. I think this might be my favourite component of the set. This medal, I think it's brilliant. I really, really do. And as a lot of people were saying earlier on, you know, you can use that if you wanted to. Maybe someone who's won a running race, you could make that into a little stopwatch. That die there.
Yeah, I love that.
So you could have the clock face on there. You've got that as your medal as well. And of course, you've got the dies to be able to cut the ribbon in. But if you've got your own ribbon you want to use, then again, you can do that. But that, as I say, winning a race, winning, you know, best player in the team, best dad, best son, best husband, best wife, whatever. It's such a really, really lovely die set to have. Next in the set, let's show you this. So your bunting, and again, like you think about how many times you might use this across the year for parties, for celebrations. You know, it might be for something like a retirement party, for example. But what's lovely about this is you've got all the different shapes of the bunting, and then the stitched alphabet will fit absolutely perfectly onto your bunting for you. So you've got all of that personalisation there in the form of your 26 letters of the alphabet. So that's another reason to jump in and grab. Then you have got the, well, this is just another example of that beautiful bunting actually stretched across the card here. The plain comes with this as well, which I'll show you in just a few moments' time. But the stitched numbers, as I mentioned, all about the personalisation. Names, occasions, ages, anniversaries, all catered for. And like Debbie showed you earlier on with this brilliant card, look at that. Number 1, Dad, and you've got the different numbers on the podium there as well. So there's loads and loads of different options here. And again, if you like the look of that trophy, it is coming up in this particular bundle because there's tons more to show you. You've also got the graduation cap and scroll. So had a look at this again today already. A lot of people saying that they absolutely love this. Graduation season will be upon us very soon. So you have got the ability to be able to make that. And I love this particular project. Who's popped that together? Kerry. I love that. She's used the scroll as a little flopper stopper. That's a really cute idea. And again, multi-stamped out the different sentiments to go with that, but you've got all the pieces there to be able to build your own cap. So that's included in the bundle. Next up, you can see for this price tag, like this is really good value for money. Your aeroplane. So build your own aeroplane. Could be Jimbo from Jimbo and the Jet Set. That one there, Jimbo, Jimbo. Does anyone else remember Jimbo and the Jet Set? It was a great. No? It was around the time they did The Family Nest. Do you remember that show? Mactoot blows on his bagpipes while Otis and Angus watch the notes go floating across the waves.
Nope, nope, nope.
Someone in the comments will remember Jimbo and the Jet Set. So you can make your own Jimbo. You can make a Jimbo. You can make your own plane, and then you've got like the little plane trail there as well. Clouds. Look at that. I mean, that is just a brilliant card. I absolutely love this one actually because it's got little embellishments there, little gems for the windows. Here's the trophy. So again, for all of those of you at home who are ping pong champions, cake champions, rugby players, whisk drive winners, and billiard winners, then this is again brilliant for you. You've got your trophy there with the base of the trophy as well. Love that cut out in your mirror card, metallic card, your matte mirror card, going to look absolutely brilliant. Again, got the bunting in there, some of the sentiments, and of course the beautiful backgrounds as well. And then last but by certainly no means least, you have got all of these sentiments as well. And they're brilliant. Things like good luck, make a wish, bon voyage, you passed, you're awesome, wonderful news. A very, very handy one to have there. Follow your dreams, reach for the sky. And cheers to you. And just to show you, I'll be very careful with this because I know Debbie is going to be sending this one off. But again, another example of the kind of things that you can do. And I know Lara will be very, very happy when she receives that at her graduation. So there you go, over 40% of the stock gone. Showstopper option is the best value for money because you get 2 of those paper pads, but you're only paying a £5 where you should be paying £12. If you do want to go for individual elements, if you want to build up your own bundle, if you want more paper pads, which I know a lot of people have done, shop the show, shop the day for all of those, and then you can make up your own mini bundle. But that is the best way to go at £56 or $58.40. Right, enough chat from me. You've seen the collection. Shall we have another look at it in action?
So something that's really popular at the moment is a graduation card. So Celebrate the Good Times is the perfect collection to make that graduation card. So I'm going to team it with the graduation cap and scroll, which is a fabulous die set, with also using one of our pigment, and this is our Pearlized, it's a shimmer Majestic Ruby ink pad. So we're going to do a watercolour background and then we're going to do some die cutting. So let's use this to start with. I always like to do this technique because it just gives you something different every single time. And I adore this ink pad because it has a gold running through it as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit down like this. And not a lot, don't need very much of that at all, because we don't want to cover our entire card. And then all I'm going to do is spritz, but not too much. I don't want to overload the card because you can always go back in afterwards if you need to. And I just want to tap down because I don't want to overload it with colour. I just want to get a really sort of cool background effect. You can always add some more colour in afterwards. I don't actually want to do no more than that. So we're going to just move that to the side. We're going to take this away. And then what will happen, because we've used that beautiful gold ink pad, it will, or shimmer ink pad, should I say, what will happen is the gold will reflect through that.
Okay.
Now, as that dries, it will become more pink. And in fact, I will dry it off a little bit more so you can see. And the lightest touch that you use, the more pink it becomes. But I want to show you this one. Then I'll show you the one that I've already done that's completely dry. But it gives the most beautiful background. And we don't want to put too much down. Now, if you're obviously doing a graduation card for a male, then you could use different colours. But if I turn this round just so you can see it, because the gold that comes through this shimmer ink pad, look at that.
Oh, incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And then what I've done is if you use your stamping platform, so just bring this in, pop that down, you can then stamp your image onto there. So the reason I was sort of quite mindful where I wanted it is because I wanted to leave a space down here where I could put my congratulations. So I'm just going to place that on there. We're going to turn that on, pop that down, and just line that up. So we can just move that a little bit across there. There we go. So once we've done that, all I'm going to do is using my ink pad, I'm just using a black one, and then we can just stamp onto that image directly. And I love doing backgrounds that you can just use to highlight the background, but keep it from not hiding your sentiment. So there's our sentiment, our congratulations. Let's pop that to one side. And then we can start to build this up. So what I've done is I've got a card blank, just a black one here, and a piece of gold, and we're going to pop that one just over the top like that. So that's going to create all our mats and layers. So I wanted to get all of that done before we start building that up. So let's stick that one together. I'm using a tape pen. You find them on the website. I just find that's the easiest, quickest, and it's super sticky.
Yeah.
So make sure you burnish it down. It's a really good tape pen.
Is the card base you're using coated or shiny, says Bev?
Is my what, sorry?
Is the card base coated or shiny, says Bev?
The card base. The card that I've gone on to, or the actual, so I've just used our white cardstock.
Oh, okay.
Not even watercolour.
Right.
Yeah, so watercolour cardstock reacts differently than normal cardstock. That because I wasn't spraying too much water, Ben, it means I can get away with it being, and I like a smooth card. So I didn't want that sort of textured cardstock. And the more that's drying, the more it's going pink and that gold is shining through. It's so beautiful. I mean, we're going to cover it up a little bit, so that's why we didn't want too much. And actually, I'm using the one that I've done. I'll show you the one that I did at home, so you can see the difference, because you get different looks every single time. So I've used quite a bit of ink on this one, just making sure my card opens the right way. And then we'll just pop that one down. And the reason that I'm using the gold and the black is because I really want that to highlight the cap when we do the graduation cap. And I always like to burnish down so you know that you get that really nice stick. So the one I did at home is this one here. So you can see, not used so much and it's come out a lot more pink, but exactly the same ink pad that we've used there. So pop that one to the side, and then we're going to use our die cut. So I've already lined everything up just so we can get our die cutting done. So these are what you're going to use. I want to put the date on here as well.
Okay.
And that's the best thing with this collection, is that you have numbers. So it means if you're doing a graduation card, you can actually put what year they graduated on. And I think that's so important when they want to look back and remember, because a lot of people have those memory boxes, don't they, of things. So you would have your graduation memory box, you'd have your card in there, and you'd be able to say to everyone, that's when I graduated.
Class of whatever it is, 24 or
yep.
25.
That's it, exactly. So just going to take all those pieces off, like so, and then we can start to do them. The numbers on there and the alphabet are amazing because they're actually, see, I've been naughty because I didn't stick any of them down, but it's all right, I've got some others. What I've done is, because I didn't stick down, look, I've lost a bit off that one. But all I'm going to do with that one is use your pen and actually colour the inside in. You can use an ink pad, but actually the light grey doesn't affect your die at all, so you can't even see it. But you can literally just go through and highlight that scroll. So I've got one here that I've already done. There you go. And then we've got our start, we've got our numbers, and then you want some, so I've done that one, so let's just get our numbers out here. Let's just poke that one out, like so. So we've got our 20, and then let me get another 2 that I've already done. So we've got our 20, 25. And then to build up your scroll and your actual designs, let me put everything to the side so we get all that out of our way. Make sure you don't lose any of your dies. So let's pop them all there. And then what we're going to do is build this all up. So your actual cap, this piece is going to go on the top there, like so. Then you've got your little edge, which will go at the side. Then you've got your scroll, which I had somewhere, there it is. And this piece is so clever because it literally just goes over the top, like so. And that makes your scroll.
Nice idea from Karen as well. She says, when I do graduation cards, I will use the school colours for the year and the accents as well.
Nice.
So that's quite nice.
Yeah, love that, absolutely. So this goes on there, Ben. Then you would bring in your little piece that you've cut out for the top. So that creates your hat. How super cute is that? When you've stuck all those together, that's how it's going to look. So that one's stuck all together. And then our scroll I will show you as well. And then let's pop these on top of our card. Now, the other thing I have done out, you notice I've got a star there as well. I've cut out stars in various sort of colours. And we've done them in the colours of what we're doing on our card. So we've got our card all popped down here, like so. We're going to put our 2025, so let's stick this first. So we've got our numbers, which we're going to place here. So we've got our 20, actually I should have put them on first just to make sure we've left ourselves enough room. So that could do with coming over a little bit more. There we go, so we'll stick that one down. Then our 0, so 2025, congratulations. And it's just a case of popping all these down, however you want them to be on your card. And it doesn't matter where they go. I would just say, sort of look at your composition and where your ink is and where you're going to place them. So 2025, make sure that one's straight. There we go. Once they're straight, can massage them down to pop them in. We're going to pop our hat here. We've got our scroll already done. And then we're going to just use the side pieces for our stars. Just to mat and layer on the top. So that's a case of just pop them wherever you want coming down. They can overlap. You could put some onto foam pads. So let's do one there. Let's actually put a little foam pad on one. And let's do a gold one, like so. Then we can have that one coming off of there. I love this, just having a play and putting all these stars, and the graduation cap is just amazing. So it's just a case, build them up. We put a couple
this project.
more there.
Really fun.
And then one more, just down like so. And then we've just got to stick our hat down for our finished card. So we've done that quite quickly, but I wanted to show you just how that can look amazing, and to do a background so quickly. How beautiful is that? There we go.
Incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. And again, a very different way to be able to put a project together with this collection. Ash says, I really love watching the cards being made from scratch. And hello to Lynn Harvey, who says, big shout out to the DT for all of their fantastic cards. They look amazing. Hello, Faye Smith. She says, hello, everyone. I've just ordered the Showstopper. She says, I also saw the balloon sentiments were back in stock, so I got those also.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, neither did I, I've got to be honest. Great spot, Faye. Well done. If you too wanted those balloon sentiments, grab them. Thank you, Zoe Carver and Kirsty D, who both say, we remember Jimbo, Ben, and Family Ness. Great shows. And as far as what have you won, I came third, says Janice, in a bread making competition. Was the judge Paul Hollywood, says
That would be even cooler.
producer Nicola. He does do bread. I mean, if he was, that would be showbiz. Nana Kim says, I was the NC State Women's Doubles 501 darts champion. 180. And Carol Garbeard says, I baked chocolate chip cookies for our county fair. I won Grand and People's Choice. The ribbons were bigger than the cookie, and the cookie was huge. How huge was the cookie? And Cindy Condy says, congratulations, everyone, on your trophies and awards. So much fun. Keep those coming in. What have you won a trophy or an award for? Nicola, you must have won a trophy for something. You do have skills and talent. She's just said in my ear, I've got no skills or talent.
She's amazing.
You must have won, like at school, you must have won a trophy or something, or a little medal. No? Well, I'm going to bring in one of my medals for you tomorrow. And I'm going to give it to you.
I bet you've won a medal at like when you go to the dinosaur park and you have to get the stamps, and then you go to the kiosk at the end and then you get a medal for finding all the dinosaurs around the thing. Oh, have you not got one of those? You need to go to the dinosaur park, Nicola.
I'm going to bring a medal in. I'm going to bring you on I've got a couple of them actually. This thing called the Commando Challenge years and years ago, where you had to, it was a charity thing, and you got to run the Royal Marines Commando route in Lympstone, where like the Marines train. And so once a year they'd open it up for charity and they'd let like teams run it. And I did that a couple of years. It was basically like a 5 mile, it was really hard, but you had to, it was all the Marine ethos that you start as a team, finish in a team. So you were only as quick as your slowest person. And it was like nobody gets left behind. And it was like a 5 mile run, but it was like crawling through tunnels. It was over, cargo nets. And the last thing you had to do, and it was awful, it's called the sheep dip. I'll always remember it. You ran down this hill to this, like, it was just like a lake of like mud, basically. And there was a Marine this side and a Marine this side, and you had to go through this underwater tunnel. And basically, you just ran 5 miles, you're out of breath. You go down there, the Marine grabs you and goes 3, 2, 1, shoves you under the water, and then literally pushes you into this tunnel. And you're like underwater, scrabbling around. It feels for like about a minute, but it's like seconds. And all of a sudden, you just see this hand come and they pull you out the other side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'll give you that medal that I've got, Nicola, and then you can pretend that you did that and tell everybody. I've got 2, it's all right, I did it twice. So you can have the second one. Go, look at me, I did the Royal Marines Commando Challenge, yeah, in my Crocs. Yes, the worst thing was the sheep dip. I mean, that was terrible. Debbie, you're so clever, says Carol G. Trudy says, amazing. Lovely, Debbie, says Stephen. And Naki says, I won a few awards for my achievements while studying for my law degree. And Trudy says, oh, I almost forgot. I won a vocal music award in high school. Now, we've got... Debbie Fisher did once win the...
I won a certificate, yes.
Did you?
I did. She made me a certificate, yes. I'm special, Ben.
I'm sure you said I won it at one point, Nicola, but I didn't get a certificate. Thank you. Thank you.
I love my certificate.
Where is it?
It's at home in my craft room.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, if I get my certificate, I will hang it up on my wall in my studio / spare room. I'll put it up with all my other medals. Janice says, wow, Ben, Limpston is hardcore. Yes, tell me about it. Ask Nicola, she knows. Right, the Duet Inkpads are on the show. We have got, as you saw a minute ago, we've got other Inkpads on the show too. What ones are these ones? Oh, water reactives. Duet Inkpads though, I've knocked them all over now. The 9-piece collection. These, as described by Leanne, her favourite ink pads, I think, in the whole world ever. And actually, Debbie, great price down these, but with new people watching, I think of Louise here. She's stuck in my mind today because she's said that she's new and she shopped with us for the first time. If you are new to crafting and you're getting lost in the minefield of ink pads, these are a great all-rounder, aren't they, if you're new? Yeah, absolutely. If you're brand new and you've got no ink pads, these are the ones to go for because they're a hybrid ink, so you can do so many different techniques with them. Is that the price? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? That's amazing. Yeah, absolutely go for these because they are incredible. And even if you have, Ben, the pigment ink pads and you've got the water reactive ink pads and you might have a few quick drying ink pads, still go for these ones and try them out because they're different colours to what's in all our other ink pad family. They were made, that Raspberry Ripple is beautiful. It's like a real gorgeous pink. Really lovely. You'll absolutely want that in your stash. There's not many of these, so absolutely grab them. But yes, they are a hybrid ink. They are going to do lots of techniques and they are incredible. So you can blend with them, you know, you can add your water to them to create you can watercolour with them. If you're quick, you can heat emboss with them as well. So yeah, so many things. You can paint with them. Yeah, you can do your letterpress technique with your embossing folders. They're amazing. I want to say these were one of the first ink pads that we did in this new teardrop style as well, so it makes it nice and easy for you to take into your cardstock. And if you need to kind of get into those nooks and crannies, you've got that teardrop finish to these. But yeah, that is a great price, make no bones about it. These should be nearly £54, over $80. So if you're a platinum member today, pretty much a half price deal on that. But as Debbie's just alluded to there, we do not have a lot of stock. I think there's only 20 of those remaining. We also do have individuals in classiques available on the website for you as well if you want to go for those. 12 packs with a 20% saving. A few more quick messages and then we'll get back to another demo. Christine says, in high school I was first place in the public speaking competition. I didn't find out till the luncheon and had to read my speech in front of all the business owners who, put on by the Chamber of Congress. Oh my goodness. Alexandra says, thank you for the shout out about the balloon sentiments. Well, was it Faye? I think it was Faye. Thank Faye, not us. We didn't even know. But we'll take the credit. And Faye Smith says, I won an expert marksman medal when I was in the army. Keep these coming through. I'm not sure what my favourite win is here yet, but keep the medals and trophy stories coming through. And let's celebrate some more good times with Debbie, who are you building a house over there? No, I'm going to, we'll do the house next, I think. I was trying to see what you got. No, I've got a trophy. Oh, a trophy. Got a trophy, yes. Yeah, we've got a trophy, so we're going to do this. I'm thinking maybe I need to change it, though, and make it for Nicola. Yes, do that. We need to do the alphabet and do a Nicola, so she's got a trophy. Producer of the Year award. Absolutely. So I'm just going to grab my alphabet dies and, yeah, we will spell out Nicola's name. I'm not going to write Producer of the Year award because that will take a long time to put that on the card. We could put Best Nick or Best Nicola. Or I could like get a mini and start cutting some bits for you. No, but I haven't got a big enough card to put Producer on it. It's a long name. We could do Nicola is best. Nicola is best. Is best what though? Because I've got a best, but it's best dad. So no, we could just put Nicola is best. Think of some words and then we can do them, can't we? So let's make the card. Because I am going to make a little trophy. So let's use this one and some mirror cardstock. Now I know I'm using a lot of mirror card. It's our satin mirror, so it's that sort of. It's not super shiny. It works really well and it's super good for scoring as well. So what we are going to do, I'm going to while we're doing the black cardstock, actually, let me get out my plates. And we will put Nicola's name on there to start with. Nicola is the best. Yes, Nicola is the best. Yes. Nicola da best. Nicola da best. That sounds like, who's that? Nicola rocks.
Nicola Rocks. I was only thinking best because I've got best already there.
Oh,
But it
Nicola.
doesn't matter. I can put Nicola Rocks.
Nicola Best.
You're shouting out words and I can't even spell Nicola. Can't multitask anymore.
Nicola is best.
Is the best.
The best.
The best. Nicola is best. Nicola is the best. Stop. I got it right. Cola.
Ola. Cola.
Cola.
Ni. Cola.
Cola. Cola.
She is without
and
an
then we
H.
want the.
Nicola the best.
Because I've got a best.
Yeah.
The H. There we go. There we go. That's a good one. Nicola is
the best. No, but the
oh
I
yeah,
and the
I
S
do
are in
need
the
an
best.
S. Sorry. Yes. Is the best. I've got the best, not the is.
Is the. Oh, so you've already cut best.
Yes. Oh, now the pennies dropped.
But that says Nicola Schubert.
Right, let's be really careful to pop those on so they don't move. And do really. It's like here comes the choo-choo. Oh dear. It's one of them days today, isn't it? How is it Wednesday?
I don't know. It's my Thursday.
Oh, don't tell me I dropped one. Please don't tell me I dropped one. Only because I don't want to lose it. Yes, the A. Can't lose the A. Oh, where did the A go? Oh, no. There. I knew one would pop out.
You found it?
No.
No. I fancy having a wander.
I heard it ping, so it must have... Oh, there, I can see it.
Where?
Can you get that, please?
Well, if you show me where it is, I'll get it.
There, next, just behind the white plug thing.
Oh, there. Hey! Do you need any more letters cut
I
out?
thought as he was coming over, I might as well let him do it. Do you want to cut some letters out?
I just want to try and be a bit helpful, you know.
What do you want to cut out?
I don't know, but oh, you got the best there, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't need me to cut out, do you, really?
What else can we write?
Well, Nicola is the best producer.
Would you like to cut out? Yeah, but producer's quite a long... Well, I tell you what, find the letters for producer and we'll see if we can fit it on. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I put that there, yeah. There's the
Okay.
You put them on that bit of
All right,
card,
and then-
I will just cut a trophy for now.
Okay.
So,
P.
and then
R.
we do need
Nicola is P-R. Prod.
I love this, just winging everything.
Prod.
Ni.
Produ.
K.
Produ.
My little Ava, she's like that at the moment. She sounds everything
It's so
out.
cute.
It's really cute.
Like
yeah.
phonics, isn't it? Produce.
Go na n yeah.
So I can write produce, but I can't write producer because I need the R back. So, right, where's produce?
Produce. Oh, where's the
there.
R? Where's
There.
oh you? Oh, okay, right. So pop them on there then. That's it.
Oh. Yep.
Actually, it's not as long as I thought.
That's why that's what I was trying to tell you.
Right, so be very careful. Watch when they come out because that's when the A popped out.
I'll get ready to catch it.
Yeah, just keep it like caught. And then we can cut this one out. And I need another eye as well.
Hi. Okay. Are you glad that we did this now?
Yeah.
No?
You did well. You did well. So if you take them
I
off
need that
of
R,
there,
yeah.
and then I can use this. You do those.
Okay.
Oh, and then I can cut the oh, there's a C there. You want a because it'll be a producer. Producer. And then if I cut one of these, I can show these ones.
Produ.
Let's pop them to the side.
Produ.
Can I have the plates?
Hang on, I'm just... Produce.
I can run-
It's all right, I'm multitasking. There you go. Produce. And I just need another R. Did you say you need another I? Or have we done it? No.
No, we need another I and
another
you
R.
need an R.
I and R.
Right, now, once you've done this, look how, can I just show you this? Look how amazing that, oh, I turn it around so you can see it. It actually embosses all the lines into it. That is a super cool cup. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to take our embossing folder and we're going to score it down the centre. So I would use, on your scoring tool, you've got a smaller ball and a bigger ball. Use the smaller one and we're going to place that right down the centre. So just like so, and I'm going to use the small one quite lightly because you don't want to crack it. So I'm doing it really gently. Once you've got that line in, give that. Are they not sticking to your fingers?
Yeah.
So once you've done that, you're going to ease that in very gently. Okay. And then you want it so they marry up on the other side. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see there, they just fold together. And then this one as well. Producer Nicola is the best. You're the best, Ben. He's the best dad. Producer Nicola is the best dad.
Yeah. I enjoyed that.
That's funny. Right, now, Ben, we're going to make a 3D cup.
Oh, amazing.
So, don't need that extra one. So, I've got these ones here. What we are going to do, you can have that one, yes. For being the best person.
Thank you.
Right, so we're going to stick 2 parts together and then we're going to, oh.
I feel like my work is done. I'll go back.
Okay.
If you need me again, just holler.
I liked being over.
Oh, did you?
Fine, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that you like crafting.
Yeah, I like getting involved. Gets lonely over here sometimes.
Isn't it strange? Because years ago, and it is years ago now, we used to always stand
side
together.
by side.
Yeah. All presenters stood side by side with the guests.
8 years
what
ago.
we used to class as the guests.
8 years ago.
Is that how long ago it was? That's crazy. I think I'd feel like you were in my space if you were over here too often.
Yeah. Get out of my way.
You're like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Right, just burnishing that down. We've got one. Then we're going to put another one in. You can put as many as you want in here, but I don't want to overload it because what I want to do is I just want to have it so the cup is, I can still stick the cup to the front of the card and it will still lay flat.
You could stick a little bit of ribbon in there and loop it, couldn't you? And have that as like a little decoration if you want as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, I love that idea. So this is where, what we should have done is kept this for Nicola.
Oh, yeah.
This could have been her leaving card.
Oh.
I know. I can't believe that she's only got 2 weeks.
Boo.
I know, very much boo.
2 weeks today, isn't it, Nick? Yeah.
But I'm so pleased because she is in on my last week.
Are you in on the Monday?
Not my last week, I'm in on her last week.
On her last week. Are you doing the 3 days leading up to your last day? Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll see you on the Tuesday then. I had to take the day off. I'm so upset. That's a true story. It is.
So when you then stick that down, you've got that 3D cup, but it sticks flat on the bottom. So, and there we go, we've got our cup. Now, I've already done the plinth, as you can see. So all I've done is cut out the black plinth, cut it out again, and then cut the strip off at the bottom. And then that would just stick along the bottom. So then that just ties up with that as well. So we've got all our elements. Now, with our actual card, again, I've been using a lot of offcuts. So I've done my background here. So I've done it onto the glitter cardstock again. I quite like this glitter cardstock. It's amazing. I think you will find it on the website. And then I'm just going to use my tape pen. So let's pop that down. So we need to make sure we can try and fit all those letters on. So let's just put our card together first and go from there. So,
whilst you're sticking, we can say hi to Janice, who says, I got the Jubilee medal when I was in the Royal Navy. Wow. What does that entail, getting the Jubilee medal? Because that sounds amazing. I won medals at the Gaelic Mod in Gaelic singing, says Melanie D, in Canada when I was 11. See, I knew you guys would have medals and trophies.
That's just reminded me that I won the Silver Jubilee dressing up competition on our street party.
Silver Jubilee, what was that?
I was 10.
70s,
70, yes, 79 was it? 70, no, it wasn't.
So 77.
77. So I was 8 years old, 7 years old, and I got a rosette. And I was a bride doll in a box.
A what in a box?
A bride doll.
Oh, bride doll.
A bride doll. And I don't know what my mum's thinking was, but she dressed me up as a bride. So I had this white dress on, white vow, and then I had a box around my head, which I walked around in this box. And then she put stripes over the box, which was red, white and blue. And I got first prize. There must be, they would have pictures of them, and I have to go up in my mum and dad's loft.
Socials?
Yeah, which was very good, yeah. And there's pictures of me on, I used to do majorettes as well, in my little lilac costume and flipping my baton up in the air.
Oh, dear.
So we've just got, again, we've got these almost sort of clashing prints and colours, but they just work. So just put in a little offcut. That's what I love about collections, when you have little offcuts, because you can really sort of use them to your advantage to decorate your card. Right, so I'm not going to stick anything down yet, because I do want this one to go onto here, like so. So we are going to stick that to our base. But I want to make sure that we can put our... In fact, I got a feeling, yeah, we're going to have to turn our card this way round to get it all in, which I think is okay. So let's start with producer. So we'll put this at the here. I love this, a little bit of just winging the demo. So it was going to be a best dad card, but I like the fact that we can change it.
Yeah.
Because it means that you can relate it to anybody.
Would what are you going to use here for glue? Dotty tape pen or?
Yes, I am going to use Dotty tape pen.
If you want Dotty tape pens, they're on tonight on Beautiful Beginnings. Got the big 12 box at a brilliant price for you tonight on Beautiful Beginnings, live at 5.
Amazing. We haven't got a long Beautiful Beginnings tonight.
No.
I'm gate crashing it.
Well, we're doing an hour, then you're doing a crafty catch-up, aren't you?
Yes, so I'll already be doing the show, so I'm not really gate crashing the show, but yeah, we're stopping it to have a little crafty catch-up, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I did it last week. We did some £8 and £10 deals, but I know you're going to do it.
Have you?
I did it last week, yeah.
Nice.
So we did an hour of Beautiful Beginnings, and I sort of had a bit of a chin. We did a quiz and some deals in half an hour. You're going to do a little demo tonight, aren't you?
I am going to do a little demo, yeah, absolutely. Using the, we're going to follow through, actually.
I hope we don't. Oh no! Don't let her on the show. That's going to happen.
I finished my conversation. I can't believe I just said that. I'm going to carry on. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm going to be doing a demo with the little tiny treasures, so I'm going to carry that over and do a demo with the tiny.
Carry it over. That's a better
I was trying to choose a different word.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Oh, dear me. I haven't, you know what? I haven't said anything bad for ages. I think I've been really good.
Holy. Zoe Carver's just sent a poop emoji.
What poop emoji? Zoe!
Don't keep on about it.
Oh look, I wasn't concentrating. I put the glue on the dark side.
Oh dear, dear.
We'll have to cut another one out. Oh my goodness.
Only on Crafters TV.
I know.
Oh, I got a sweat on.
Carry over. Carry on. We're having a carry on, that's for sure.
So, you're going to be carrying on and do what are you demoing with?
Tiny treasures.
Tiny treasures.
I know, a lovely little cute like baby collection, mind you. I mean, they're quite appropriate with all those dirty nappies.
You don't need to. Carry on. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I'm not here later on. Log that one for the bloopers reel.
I can't even
there you go. Oh, my stomach hurts.
Something happened yesterday when I was filming and someone said, oh, we can put that on the blooper reels. And I was like, oh, I've got enough bloopers as it is. Oh, dear. Actually, it's not as long a word as I thought.
No.
We just need another D, so let's cut out a D very quickly.
I was going to say that crafty catch-up flies over that half an hour. It really does go quickly. So,
yes. I might not even get my demo in. Because you know how I can talk.
Yeah.
So do we talk to people as well?
You did have the comments,
I have the comments.
So, yeah, you
I've never done one before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, we can just have a little chin wag.
Little chin wag whilst you're doing your demo. Karen says, you two are so funny. Linda Harvey says, Debbie, please don't follow through.
I can't believe that just come out. Oh, I meant it good. I meant on all good intentions.
Exactly right. Oh dear. I love the graduation cap, says Amelia. I've been requesting one for years. Well, that is marvellous. And Nicola, lots of messages for you coming through. Zoe says, will you please come on screen to say goodbye on your last day, Nicola? She says maybe. I think you should.
So Nicola, I think, when you spell Nick, do you spell it N-I-C? So shall we just put Nick? Can we fit?
Yeah.
Well, only because I'm thinking it's going to be too long. But we could put producer Nick is the best. Is that good? Yeah, let's do that.
She don't mind. It's a card made just for her. So whatever you can get on there.
Yeah, your first trophy.
You're getting the medal as well. Don't forget. Remember, you did the Commando challenge. Yeah, in my Crocs. Yeah. Oh dear. Producer Nick is the sheep dip. Yeah.
Right, let's just pop that up a bit more. Right, let's put the H down there.
And if you wanted to as well, as who was it you mentioned earlier? I can't remember. If you want to get the lowercase alphabet is in the Tiny Treasures collection, so you could uppercase and lowercase this, because they would. There's so many laughing emojis coming through. That would work really nicely with the size letters that you got from this set.
Yeah, I never even thought of that until someone said that earlier. That is brilliant to have a. Oh dear. Yeah, to have a lowercase and uppercase that's going to match beautifully. So let's do that one. There we go. So once we've got that in line, then we can just pop all our others in and have that one.
Good morning, Carletta. Just joined us from Arkansas.
Hopefully you've just joined,
yeah,
Carletta.
Just and missed it. I'm sure everyone will fill you in with what's gone on.
My mat's getting a bit sticky now.
Stephanie Theodore says, good morning, Ben and Debbie and friends from Farmingdale, New Jersey. Yeah, sorry, I missed the first half. I was so cosy in my PJs, I fell back asleep. And Nicola is leaving, says Jen Shank. Yes, a couple of weeks. Off to go and work for the police force.
The police. I know, very exciting times. Better be on best behaviour when I'm out on the roads.
That's it. Debbie, I can imagine Nicola there sat on the side of the road with like a speed trap or something like that.
Oh, you know, I am really ditzy. I know all of you know, but I did something really bad the other day.
Oh, no.
I know. I mean, I don't even know how I managed it, but do you know when you're looking at the traffic lights?
Right, oh no. And so they're on red, and you drive through them.
I'd stopped at the traffic lights to turn right, and I sat there for a while. And then when I looked up, I thought the light had gone green, but the lane on the left had gone green, not the right. So I just decided to go. And then this car was coming down, and I was beeping at him, thinking, "Man, you're so silly." Normally, I'm really calm when I'm driving. Yeah, and then an owl was next to me, and I went, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Is it not green?" He went, "No." So I actually ran a red light, which was really
Wasn't one of those,
bad.
it didn't have a camera on it, did it?
You up?
It wasn't one with the camera on.
There wasn't the camera, no.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
No.
I love the fact that you were having a go at the person who was coming the other way. And they were probably like, what?
I know.
It was on green.
Well, it was a taxi driver, so I thought, well, actually, they deserve it. Taxi drivers are terrible on the roads, aren't they?
I was going to see if these do match up. Yeah, they're perfect size.
Yeah, they're going to be lovely for those.
Hannah was just asking, if I show in the overhead, look, there you go. Pabkadr. Habkadefraga. Yeah, so they're perfect. There you go, answered that question. So snap them up and you've got the lowercase and uppercase.
I love that. Yeah, matched really, really well. Well, we're getting there. All we've got is the best to put on, and I'm going to just put my trophy. Oh, yes. Or not my trophy. Nicola's first trophy. I've just crossed that over. I'm just going to move that a little bit. I don't want that sticking.
Christine Mahoney says, so, I mean, Christine, I'm going to rely on all of the UK viewers in the comments to answer this question because I'm not answering this. Christine Mahoney says, what does follow through mean in the UK? It's obviously naughty. I'm not answering that question. Just our UK viewers, please can you speak to Christine Mahoney about that? Thank you.
You don't want to know, Christine. Don't ask questions you don't need to know the answers to. Right, so what we're going to do now is put best. So, what are you laughing at?
No, don't repeat that because Debbie will then say that out loud. Debbie doesn't need to know what you just said. Let's just concentrate on the card, everybody. Producer Nick is the best.
I had to read that then because I thought, don't tell me I've put them in the wrong order.
I know we've had a bit of a giggle here, but how brilliant is this card? It's fan-blooming-tastic, this.
It's fabulous. And then I've got You're Awesome. So let's pop that along. In fact, where should we put that? Yeah, I'm going to put it on there, I think. It's quite long, so I'm thinking, yeah, that's fine. Let's pop it on there. Oh dear, I need a break. Are we going to have a break? Oh dear, what am I like?
Wrong Debbie.
There we go. We got there. There you go. Producer Nick is the best. Just for you. I'm going to get a star because I think it needs a star here. So, so I'm just going to get a cut star out and put one there.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. By the time we come back, we'll probably have about half an hour or so for... Melanie D says, I Googled it. Sorry that I did. Don't Google it. We are going to have a short break. When we come back, I will go through everything again for you. If there's anything that you want to ask, anything that you want to know about this collection, then please do. But the best thing, as I said, that you can do is get the showstopper. You get the 2 pads in there for 5 when it should be 12. So that's the deal. There is no bonus buy as well this time around for those of you that are asking. And again, if you want to go for individuals and if you want to mix and match, you can. If you want to add extra paper pads in, you can. It's all there on the shop today. So head on off to the checkouts and we'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes' time. We'll see you in a moment.
I love Crafters TV, not for their amazing products, but for other reasons. Firstly would be the community. Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world. It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas and get inspiration from each other. Learning inspiration comes from the demonstrators. It doesn't matter if you're experienced or new, the demonstrators will always explain and help so we can get the best from the Crafters Companion's amazing products. But most important reason is the personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators. For me, they have become my friends, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family. And for me, this is the most meaningful. I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Why do I love Crafters Companion? Well, we've got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant when they do their shows. They're so comical when it comes down to wrestling. I know I took the mick out of Craig with his watch. Said it must have come from a Christmas cracker, but I like his watch. I think it's brilliant. Anyway, I've had to get myself off the floor. I had to use my Burnham Hoover to suck me up off the floor, and I had to use my foam on a roll to keep me secured up so I don't fall over again, because I'm still in shock, because we know Platinum Plus for life, so I'm Plat Plus. Speak soon.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes.
Really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
There's a personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, we've got two comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great. Demonstrators are great.
Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
Welcome back, everybody, into the final stretch for this show. Don't forget tonight, Beautiful Beginnings coming up at 5, and then Crafty Catch-Up coming up at 6. Stephanie says, I think it's wonderful that through all the giggles, Debbie can continue to finish the card. Awesome. She is. #profesh. Trudy says, the best card. Melody says, what a great card. Just very quickly, I'll take you through the deal again in case you haven't seen it. Everything I'm about to show you is available individually. However, the best value for money deal is to go for the Showstopper, because if you go for the Showstopper, you'll get every single component and you'll get 2 of the paper pads for £5, basically, for £5 or $5, when you should be paying £12. The paper pad's brilliant as well because you've got 36 sheets in here, single-sided, and yes, a lot of these are celebratory, but you've also got block patterns and designs that you can use outside of this collection. Lots of stripes and florals and chevrons and spots and dots in here. So yeah, lots of different colours, lots of different designs, and certainly lots of ways to apply these to other projects and other occasions outside of this collection. So it's really handy that you're getting 2, so 72 sheets in total. If you feel like you need more of those, of course you can then get the showstopper and add more of those into your basket. But the components of this set are incredible. It's all about celebrating. It's all about saying well done to somebody. Congratulations, let's celebrate, you're awesome, you did it. What about a trophy? This is the die here that's going to allow you to be able to create cards just like this. Comes in 2 components. Again, think about using your matte mirror or your mirror card or your glitter card with these, you know, celebratory and congratulations. I think all of those different papers are going to come into their own when you're thinking about these sort of projects. This is a really cute card as well. Thank you to Jackie who popped this one together using components from the aeroplane set. So you've got all the dies in there to be able to build the aeroplane. That central die there is the whoosh coming out of the back of the plane. Then you've got the cloud, and also these little dies here are the windows. But what I like, Jackie's done there, she's just popped some little faceted gems in place for the window, matched up with the cardstock. So again, you don't have to use those. If you find those a little bit fiddly, again, you can draw those in, or as Jackie's done, pop them in using little sentiments. We've seen this one, the brilliant graduation cap and scroll. I love this card which has been popped together by, I think it was Kerry, I said, wasn't it? Because she's obviously used the papers in the set there and then used the stamps for the sentiment, made the hat up from the dies, and then used the scroll as the flopper stopper. So a really cool way of using that. Then you've got Debbie's card that she made from earlier on. This is using components actually of the numbers, the letters, and all of your bunting that you're going to be getting in there as well. So all of this bunting comes in that one set here. So you've got the different shapes and different sizes of the bunting to be working with. And then of course you're going to get your alphabet. So stitch design on these, 26 letters of course, and as we found out earlier on, if you've already got the Tiny Treasures collection, these will line up really perfectly with the lowercase alphabet from that collection. So if you've already got that, your quid's in. If you haven't already got it, you can buy that as an individual to go with this set. The numbers, of course, will work as well. A little touch here as well, which Debbie spotted. You get a 6 and a 9 here. And I know that's just a little thing, but sometimes with collections, we obviously only give you a 6 because the 6 is the 9. But this time around, we give you both within that set. More to come, because you're also going to get the opportunity to be able to make cards like this. Anna Cole's popped that one together. I think one of my favourite samples in the set. I just love the fact that you can build your own medal here, and look, you've got all the different sizes of circle there to be able to build that one up with your different cardstock. Again, use your mirror card, use your glitter card. This here is the die just here that you can then thread through that loop, or as we discussed earlier, you know, if you've got your own ribbon you want to use, you can actually use that and thread that through, using all of the different papers here to create a cute little medal. That, of course, again, will double up as a pocket watch or a stopwatch if you wanted to do that. You've then also got in this set the ability to be able to build your own house. So someone who's moved into their new place, someone who's moving home. This is a really cute set once again, and all of the dies to be able to build that one up from the door to the chimney to the roof. You've got everything that you need to be able to really bespoke the look of that house. Again, using up all those bits and pieces of scrap cardstock that you might have in your gubbins box. It's a really handy set for doing that. And then, of course, you're going to get all of your sentiments. This is Debbie's card that she made earlier on, which she will be giving away to Lara, who's graduating. And look at that, just multiply stamped many times with all the sentiments, and it really works, doesn't it? You, woohoo, you did it. Congratulations. Adventure begins. You're awesome. Let's celebrate. Scroll and that cat being used again. There are the letters from the alphabet set, and the stamped components come from here. So this one is called You Did It, and you've got some really great sentiments in there. Make a wish. Good luck, congratulations. Congratulations on your first job. Congratulations on your graduation. Congratulations on your new job. Congratulations on your new home. You are awesome. Wonderful news. Follow your dreams. Sorry you're leaving. Cheers to you. Reach for the sky. There's loads there. Bon voyage. Missing you already, and make a wish. And that is the full set. As I've said, if you want to go individually, you can do that, absolutely. Build up your own smaller bundles, but the best value for money is in the Showstopper. We are almost half of the stock of the Showstopper gone. Should be £80, 106 bucks. If your platinum today is £56, or $58.40. We're 20 minutes to go on the show, so if there's anything else that you want to ask Debbie, if there is anything that you want to ask about this collection, please fire those questions in now so we can ensure that we answer them before the end of the show. And here we are again. I would have won a few pound coins today if I'd have said at the start of the show. I get a pound coin for every time someone says this. I didn't say that, so I can't win. I wasn't going to get this set, but the demos and samples are amazing, says Susan Manis, and I have to get it now. Maybe Susan could give me a pound. I don't think she will. £56, $58.40. Let's get over to Debbie for the final demo, and I do believe she's going to get a hard hat on because there's going to be a bit of construction taking place here because Debbie's about to build a house.
Yeah, do you know what? I really love this because I like dies that you can really make your own, and I love the fact that we've given you all the elements in here to build up your own house to however you want it to be. So I've already stuck them all onto my different pieces of card, so you can see I've got them here. So you've got a whole pack here of your card. I've just left the window off because I've run out of room on my craft card and I was just being a bit frugal, but it doesn't matter, I've got another one. So I've just stuck all them down because I don't want to have them moved in the machine, and because they're small dies, they're easy to lose. So I would say make sure that you, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was just looking at that one thinking, oh, I didn't lose that die, but then realised it wasn't my set, it was the studio set. Because when I was at home to get, and I'll warn you now so you don't do it, that little die there is the door handle.
Right.
And it's stuck right on the piece of tape. So what I did at home is I put my pokey tool underneath to get it off, and it flicked it off, and it's lost. I don't know where it's gone. But it's a tiny little die and it doesn't really matter. So I just done my handle, I just put a little dot there, so it doesn't matter. I know one of the design team put a little gem. So if you don't want to fiddle about with a tiny little dot like this, don't worry about it. Just draw it on, or just use a gem, which would be perfect. But all your other elements are just so nice to do, and you can build these however you want. Now this long die here, this is actually to do your scenery. So what you're going to do is take your scissors, and we're just going to trim, because I wanted it a little bit longer. You're just going to trim over to that part there, and we're going to do the same, coming round and trim into that part. So that gives us our sort of hill, if you like, to put your house onto. So we're going to pop that to the side, pop that one in the bin, and these ones. You've got the little tiny bit for your chimney as well, which is really handy. So let's just take that bit off. And also, with a lot of these dies, they stay put inside the die as well. So sometimes it's easier to put glue on the back and then to take them off. So, and then you can stick them straight down because you've got a little chimney pot, and you've got your chimney here onto here. So we're just going to take this one. I'm going to keep them stuck onto there so I know that I'm not going to lose them all. So once you've got your chimney, all you're going to do with that one is on your smaller side there, we're just going to put a little bit of our tacky glue. So let's use, now this you definitely need to use your tacky glue in your little bottle because you don't need too much glue onto these. And then all we're going to do, in fact, that way round, just put a little bit of glue across the top. Now the best way I think these work is to leave them for a little bit of time. And I say a little bit of time, like sort of 30 seconds to a minute. That way your glue will evaporate and make it even more tackier. And then it's really easy to sort of stick them down. So we're just going to then take our, and actually I'm going to grab my tweezers as well if there is some on the side. Let me just see. Nope. Of course there's no tweezers.
There's always tweezers over there, but...
Do you want to come and find me tweezers?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, there's no tweezers. There's flat-ended tweezers, but they're no good for picking up the little tiny bits.
Which ones?
I want just the straight-edged tweezers.
Oh yeah, not those ones.
Did you think I was lying?
No. You want that craft kit because that's got the good tweezers in, hasn't it?
It definitely had
the squeezy
tweezers
tweezers.
there. But every time I come back, they're missing. Oh, he's found some. Oh, I'm impressed. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We have tweezers. Now, what I did with these ones, Ben, and this little window die, because I wanted to show how you could put them onto the different cardstock, so you'd have different sort of light shining through. I'm just going to take these out of here. And then I'm going to glue this and we're going to put them onto some blue cardstock. So I think this is a really nice way of being able to do something different. So I've just got some blue cardstock there.
Yeah.
I'm doing the side that's not so textured. It's just easier to stick it down. And then we're going to do the same with this one as well. So on your sort of door eaves at the top there, just put your glue. And the reason I'm not putting it down fully, because I only want that bit at the top, like that. So we're just going to leave them there just to dry for a second. And then we're going to start building our other pieces. So we've got our little bit here, which goes over the door. Not the door, it goes over the front piece of the house. So this bit here. So we're just going to take our glue, pop that around the top, and put that on the side there.
I've got a question from Louise.
Yeah.
And she's just asking about her dies. And I don't know which die she's got. She says, I've got a die set in my hand, or my die set in my hand, and I noticed that there are holes. What are those holes for?
So any die set, let me just, I haven't got a bigger die. I haven't got a bigger die. Let me just pick one of the ones I use. So here, I've just used this small one. Can you see there's all little dots in it?
Yeah.
So they will take out the little pieces. So there's 4 windows in that die.
Yeah.
So you would push that down to take out. So there's the die there. So you push those out, which will take the little dies out, and then those 2 extra dies at the side push the whole frame out.
Yeah.
So in any die that you have, you'll have dots where you actually push the little pieces that disconnect from it, and you'll have dots which take the actual die cut out of the die.
So release holes, yeah.
Release holes, that's exactly what they are, yes,
Yeah.
release holes. So that's what you would have in any die. It's not very often you would get a die without release holes. They normally all come with them. And then we've got our house. So we've got our roof, and this is what I love about these dies. It's being really creative. So we can have our roof, we can have our bottom part of the house and have that in different colours. This part then would go on the inside. We've got a piece here that goes on the bottom. I'm not going to build it all up because it'll take a while to get that built up, and we want to make our card. But these pieces here, Ben, all we're going to do is use our little snips and snip around here. So it's just a case of, and in fact I'm going to use this one because I know I need these ones and they're fully dry. You're going to just take that like so, and then that way you've got little infills of your windows like that.
Oh yeah.
And then we can do the same with the blue one like this. And it's just a case, because they're already stuck down, you've just got to trim those off. The other way to do it is you could colour them in underneath. And then that window would be there. And then this door one is one here, which would go over your door frame. And then you would have your door. So your door, did I cut the door out? Yes, I did. Here's your door. So your door's really cool because actually it's a stencil one. So you could use your ink daubers. So let's just bring in some brown ink, and you can actually just go through the stencil, and then that will give you sort of that wood grain on the door, depending on what ink you go through. Let's take that one out, and then again, just release that one. And that creates your little door there, and then you can, and that's where you have your little sort of handle. Just use a little bit more ink around there, and then I've just created a little door here, and that door then will stick inside there. So that creates your door and your door frame, and then you've got your little chimney that we've just stuck, which is here. You'd stick that to the top, which would create the little house. So lots of ways of how you can build your house up. But I'm going to show you the ones I've done, and let's do a card with them all. And you've got your little bushes. I love this one. I love the fact that you get these. These are super cute. So you've got a flat edge on them, which is cool, and it means that it goes behind your house. So you've actually, in fact, I'll bring in my finished house here. So I've got one here already put together, and then you're just going to place that just behind. So it looks like you've got the bushes coming out, and then I've done one the opposite way round, and you pop those at the side like so. So you've got your bushes behind your house. How cool is that? So, so cute. So I'm going to make sure I leave all my little dies onto here because I don't want to lose the studio ones. I've already lost some of mine at home. So be really careful with your dies. That's what I would highly recommend. let's pop them to the side and just pop those dies as well onto there. Right, I think we've got them all. One more there. Okay, let's put our cottage together. Now, another thing I wanted to show you, Ben, as well, is how you can create a faux brickwork. And I've just cut a piece of card and now I've lost it. That's weird. What have I done with it? I'll just do another one very quickly. Let me just cut a piece of card without showing you this one and giving it away. But I want to show you how you can get away or create a brickwork effect. And it's really easy because it's just a case, it's there, I've just seen it. It's actually on the scoreboard, of course it is. So when you want to do a brickwork effect, just come in and just at 1/4 of an inch, do your lines like so. There we go. And then when you turn it round, what you then want to do is, if you want an inch brick, let's say, you do every other one. No, you do every one, sorry, like so. And then you go into the opposite way. So then you come onto this line and then you come down. And you can follow that through. Oh, I've done it again. You can follow the line down to each one. And then, there we go. And then this one is on there. And then you really quickly get this brickwork effect.
Oh, that's clever.
So just on that one and that one as well. And down like so. And it just creates that brickwork effect. And what I'll do is I'll just show you inked up and then you'll see how it becomes that beautiful brickwork. So it's just a case of having some ink over the top. So I'll just do a little bit really quickly so you can
really
highlight it.
Very good, that.
But it's really easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like a brick wall, almost like without having to do your actual design. So yeah, really easy to do. And then I'll show you my full one. If I just bring that in so you can see that I've just done a sort of background one.
Cool.
So just to give a little bit of a difference onto our card, and super easy to do, and you don't need any added extras to do that. Right, so let's do our card. So I've got my card here. And I thought we'd do a little bit of a different card because I haven't done a Z-fold card for a long time, but I'm doing a slightly different Z-fold card. So I'm using the papers that are in there. We've done my card is actually, let me just fold this up before we stick everything down. I've done this to 6 inches by 5 inches, scored at 3 inches and folded that back. And then I've cut my papers to a slightly, one increment shorter all the way round. So we're just going to stick those ones down. So let's just use, again, tape pen. I'm glad we've got the tape pens on the show tonight. That will be good. If you need stocking up on them, you know to get those. So we're going to do this on both sides. So we've got this side, and then we're going to pop these ones onto this side. Thinking I'd cut my papers too short then, but then realised they were for the inner bit. So another piece.
Fantastic papers again. Such a brilliant paper pad.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really lovely because you've got something for everybody. So whether you know someone, I mean, actually, Ben, this could be like a retirement card as well, couldn't it? With the flowers in the garden and then your house. You know, it doesn't have to just be a new home card. So we're just going to put our papers there. And then for the inside bit, because so normally with a Z-fold card, you would make the identical card, but shorter, and then you would turn it round and flip it the other way. But I've done a slightly different shape, so you can see here, because normally we would turn it round, it would be there and at the bottom, if you like so. But you can see mine's too short because I've made it shorter. So what I want to do is do one that's in the middle. So we're going to place ours in the middle of the card and then open it that way. So you get that still same Z-fold, but you get a frame around the edge. So I've done this one, and that is 5 inches by 4 inches, and then I've scored it at 2.5 inches, and that will go that way round. So this time I've got a nice blue, which I just picked out from the blue in the paper pad. And I'm just using linen cardstock, so white linen cardstock to make the card, and this beautiful blue, which I think was from Enchanted Ocean. I always remember this blue because it was such a lovely blue. We haven't had this blue very often in collections. And Enchanted Ocean gives you this beautiful blue colour. And then on the other two pieces, we're just going to match that up with our beautiful floral from that pad. And what a bargain, Ben, getting 2 paper pads for, did you say less than a £5 or £4 or £5?
It's 4 or 5, so it should be like 12 quid, really. And yeah, it's just a bit of a different way, because I know a lot of people earlier were asking about the bonus buy, but we've kind of like thrown the bonus into this collection for you. A lot of love for your brickwork demo as well. Cindy Condy just saying, what a top tip for that brickwork, Debbie. I love that idea.
I know, and it's super easy.
Yeah, to customise your brick shapes. Thank you. And Pamela says, hi to all the Wi-Fi gremlins this morning. Finally here, though. And Crafty Angie says, this house reminds me of an old school house. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it has got that look about it, hasn't it? So when you're sticking a Z-fold piece back in, the easiest thing to know where to glue is to glue the back, but while it's folded.
Yeah.
So then you don't fold any of these sections. So we're just going to go in and go down with our tape onto these sections, and then just round the edges, like so. And then that way, when we come to sticking that down, we know that that's exactly where it needs to go. So just popping that into place.
Nearly at a time. The show's flown over.
I know, it's gone so quickly, quickly. And then I am, just so you can see, it'll open and close, and it'll fold flat as well. So a great way to be able to do that. So then what we're going to do is to use that brickwork at the back here. So I know you don't normally have a brickwork in the countryside, but I thought it just looked quirky because we've got our beautiful patterned house out of our pattern papers. And then we would just have a little bit of a backdrop there. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna place that a bit higher up to there, like so. And then we're gonna use the piece that we cut off. So that's gonna then go at the bottom, like that. And actually, let's just pop that round. And then pop that just down like so. So that's creating our background.
Yeah.
And then before we put our house into place, we want to then position where we're going to put our trees. So we've got our trees here. We're going to put one on one side, one on the other. So they're going to go underneath the house. So I am going to use my wet glue just so we can move them about if we need to. So this one will go on to that side. So just like so. So wherever we're going to put that, I'm going to put that at the bottom so it's lining up with the house.
It's really cute use of the papers in there as well to create the different patterns on the house. I love that.
I like doing the pattern house. I did it once with, what was the collection I did it with? And I made a little house with...
I don't know.
I can't remember what collection that was with. Yeah, it's gone completely out of my head. And I made a little house which was, wow, that time has gone really quickly.
Yeah.
And then let's just pop some foam pads onto the back to make our house a little bit more upright, like so. And then all I've done, hopefully we've got time to stick them on, I've created a new home with the letters.
Ah,
so
okay.
Pop that just on there like so. That gives us our house, and then on the inside here we're going to just do, so I've already done the bunting, so we've got home and new, so let's just bring that one in, and then we're just going to pop that. I think I've stuck that weirdly, I don't know why, but we can sort that out afterwards. So we're going to have, just going to make sure that we've got these all lined up here, and the M, O, and then H.
Home.
So we've got our home.
Brilliant.
And then O. We will get there. I think we'll just about get it in, Ben.
Yeah, just whilst watching Debbie stick as well. We're back in an hour's time for Beautiful Beginnings. Just an hour though tonight. So we're looking at the Tiny Treasures collection. We've got embossing folders on that show as well.
Yes.
And with it being Beautiful Beginnings, any new crafters, you know, if you have just started watching us, like I know a few of you have today, feel free to get in touch and ask those questions in that show, because we kind of expect the more back to basics in that show, if you like. So if you've got a burning question that you need to ask, as simple as you like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Get in and get that question in nice and early so that we can tackle that for you. So that'll be a fun hour. And then Debbie's got the final half hour. So straight after that, 6 till 6:30, it is the Crafty catch-up. And once again tonight, concentrating on the tiny treasures. And that's quite a nice little show, actually. Just Debbie on her own, little bit of a chit-chat with you guys, a quick little demo as well. So nice and personal, a laid-back end to the day, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. I am really looking forward to it. It's the first time I've done a show like that. It's really new. I think it's only you that's done one before.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, yeah, and just... you know, we can chat, get quite personal, ask me whatever you want, within reason, of course. And there we go. Let me turn that round, and we've got our new home with that beautiful house.
Brilliant final project on what is a brilliant collection. Well over half the stock gone now of your Celebrate Good Time showstopper. If you want to grab it, get in and grab it now. It is a super collection to go for that's so versatile, as you've seen over the course of this show. And if you want more inspiration, of course, do go back to Wake Up Call from earlier this morning, where Debbie again was crafting with that collection. £56 or $58.40 is your platinum price. And remember, Showstopper is the best way to go because you do get those 2 paper pads just for an extra £5, which is really, really great value for money. If you want individuals or if you want to make your own mini bundle, if you like, then shop the day, shop the show. And that's also, of course, where you can get yourself more of those paper pads as well. That a lot of people have gone for the Showstopper and then added more of those paper pads on top. Thank you to Debbie, thank you to the team. We will be back in an hour's time, as I say, with Beautiful Beginnings. Lots to come on the show tonight. Some brilliant tools as well. Hero Tool Essentials Kit tonight. We've got the gilding waxes on the show, ink pads, and those dotty tape pens as well. They are back in the big box, the 12-pack collection, plus a whole host more too. So hopefully see you then in an hour's time. Until then, thanks for watching and bye for now.